Hello friends, welcome back to my new video of snapshots. So in my previous video I taught you how to use volumes, attach, detach volumes in an existing EC2 instance. Now a snapshot is basically a point in time backup or copying of your data, and as I explained, volumes cannot moved zonally, but if you have got data, you can create snapshot of an image. If you want, you can create snapshot of your data, and you can move it cross zonal if you want it to move. So for example, if I create a new volume, or example, if I want to create a snapshot of this, I can go here, action, and I can click on create snapshot. So what will happen, a snapshot will be created of the entire data plus whatever the image is there in this, which is the Windows operating system. I'm not going to go into more into detail at this point of time, but what happens here is if I create a snapshot, it just replicates it, point in time, copy of the data, and if we want, we can take a snapshot at a regular interval time. And at any point of time, if we lose our data, we can always recover it from the snapshot. So that is what snapshot is and how it works. So we have got EBS snapshot, which is what we are using. So EBS is block storage, and another way to take snapshot is we can take of our S3 storage, which is a separate topic, which is also known as the simple storage solution provided by AWS. So snapshot, if I click on snapshot, this is the volume, and I can give a name to this, and I call it as WinSnap. And it is not encrypted because the original system is not encrypted. Just a second, sorry. Volumes, here it is, actions, create snapshot, and I call it as a WinSnap. It is not encrypted because the original volume is not encrypted, and I can give it a tag, and I can call it a name, and I can call it as a WinSnap. Create snapshot. So it's again quite a quick process. It depends on the size. Then what happens here, if I can go on snapshot, so here it is unavailable, but it is getting created. So usually takes a bit of a time, but it comes quickly. Then if you know, here it is, the description and the name that we give. If we want, we can always restore snapshot from archive. We can archive a snapshot. We can change the restore period, create an image from a snapshot. So if you want, so for example, if we have taken the snapshot of the Windows operating system with certain dependencies installed on our operating system. So for example, if you install certain applications and you don't want to reinstall them again and again. So for example, you have a computer and you have got installed various databases, you have got installed various antivirus systems, you have got installed various other third-party dependencies onto it. So what you can do is that from that snapshot, you can create an image, and every time you can restore it, your system, or you can create a system from that image file. So that is something also you can do. So it is getting created. It usually takes time. So usually it is quite fast, but sometimes it takes depending on the size. And see, here it is, and it is not encrypted. So here, if we go back again to volume, and again I click on create snapshot lifecycle policy. So here it is. Now you can create a lifecycle policy. So I can give it a name, and I can call it as a name WinSnap lifecycle, and data policy. If you want to give any description, I'll use the same description here. IAM role. So I'll not talk about IAM role. I'll just use default. So IAM is Identity and Access Management Policy. I'm not going to discuss about it. We'll talk about it shortly. So if you want, you can add a tag. Policy status, if you want any policy that you want to create for modification, it will be enabled. So if you have any policies, rules, policies, or any information attached to it, click on next. So here it is. How often do you want to add a schedule? Like you want to take a snapshot every 12 hours, every 24 hours. What time do you want it? So usually people take it at midnight in the morning, like 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock, when people are not using it late in the night. How many counts you want? So you can keep one. So it has to be between 1 and 1000. Any taggings you want to give, any tag, you can copy tags from the source. You want to archive your snapshot. If you want a fast snapshot restore, then it is going to cost you a bit extra, but yes, it can be done. Then cross region copy, you can enable a cross region copy, so you can copy the snapshot. So for example, if you are in US region 1, that's what I am in at the moment, and if you want to copy it to EU region, so that also you can do it. So immediately a snapshot is created, it is copied. This is just a protection part. So in case of any physical damage to a region, like I'm based in New Zealand, so we recently had severe floods and heavy rain. So maybe if we have a data center, it may be destroyed, or it may have some implications that it may not function for a period of time. So we can keep a copy of the data somewhere in the third storage also. Then cross account sharing, if you want to share this with a cross account. So there is a situation where organizations have got various accounts. So for marketing can have a different account, production can have a different account, sales team can have a different account, or your HR can have a different account under the same umbrella, or it may be a different organization. So if you have got another account number, so for example, if this is my account number, so which is something like this, so I can always click and create as cross account. So I have to give the selected account number. So I need to copy and paste the account number here. So you need to copy and paste the 12-digit account number, and it will automatically link it to it. So this will be my policy. So here it is. I'm not enabling any account sharing. I'm going to review the policy. This is the policy, and I'm going to create a policy. So this is a policy that will be attached to this snapshot. So this is a life cycle policy that is going to be attached to a snapshot if created. Now if I go back to the snapshots, here it is. See, it is available now. If I click on it, see, everything is available. If you want, you can create an image from the snapshot. So as I said, if you have got an image of an operating system and third-party dependencies, you don't want to reinstall them again and again, you can create an image of the snapshot, and you can use it to restore your systems or install your systems. Fast restore, archive the snapshot, or you can create a volume from a snapshot. So if you want, as I said, you can create an image. So the moment I say image, so it is going to be an image now. So it's going to be a file system which can be used to create the software, or it's basically an image like a Windows image or a Linux image, or it can be a Unix image, that can be a Ubuntu image, any image that can be created from that snapshot. So if you want, you can create it. So I can give the name as some image, and I call it as some image, and I'm going to use boot mode as default, so which is standard, and I'm going to create an image. Now you will see that the image is being requested, and this is the image ID. So if I go to my AMIs, see, here it is, some image is getting created. So this image, AMI basically means Amazon Machine Image. So I can use this image to create an operating system, to launch an operating system, to launch an instance from this operating system. My apologies. So if I go to instance, let me check, see it is available. I go to instance and I go to launch instance here. Now here it is. You can see more AMIs, my AMIs. So I can use this. I can select this. So instead of launching from created one, so I can use my AMI which I have created, some image, and this image can actually create a system installed with third-party dependencies which you have already installed on your system and you do not wish to install them again and again. So this usually works well in HR department, various ERP, various third-party softwares. Depending on your development teams may require different images, production team may require different images, customer service team may require different images. So you don't have to go back and again and install all the softwares. So rather than you just use that image with that tag and make the machine available for that respective user. So this is what the meaning of the word images is. This is what AMIs are. AMIs are all AMIs available, all Amazon machine images available, and this is the catalog. So as I think I've shown you this in one of my previous videos, but my AMI is what I have created. I can have many, or I can create an AMI and I can even market it. So community is usually free, most of them. They are to help each other with certain dependencies installed. And if you want marketplace, so if you are looking at AMI with basically for example some kind of a, you're looking from Terra CloudX, for example, add filter. So these are the images that I can use to create them. Then I'm looking for only Linux based images which are Ubuntu, so only Ubuntu's are available. Deep learning AMI supported by Terra CloudX, XYZ. So these are all pre-created images which are added or created or installed or available for users to use them. So like Docker Community Edition on Ubuntu. So you don't need to install Docker. That will automatically get installed. Just an example. Or a GitLab or MongoDB GUI supported by Terra Cloud. So this is just a third-party system. So you can use or filter depending on your requirements or usages.